Alrighty guys, so it's been a little while since I've done a video, mostly because I've been busy, which you may or may not have noticed, but I figured I'd give you an update as to where everything stands and kind of how things have been going. So first off, this is the entryway into my work area where you see me live on Techonomics and such, but as soon as you look down, we have a whole box full of consoles, a whole box full of accessories. These ottomans, those need to go. So we've been doing a lot of organizing. We've been trying to put this new fireplace in forever, but as you can see, we just kind of shoved everything over because lots of other things have been going on. We have the box spring for our spare bed, which we had to tear down because we just don't have room for it right now. These are just kind of empty boxes that I can pretty easily clean up. The ottomans actually have a bunch more cables in there that need to be organized, so that needs to go. This needs to get organized. All of these consoles right here, all of these need to be processed, meaning they all need to be cleaned, tested, parts replaced, all of that. So that's quite a bit. There's a little stack of games there too. There's actually quite a few games that need to be tested. I was testing a Game Gear over here because we had no room. These guys are not working. I'll probably screw around with the Genesis a little bit more. I'm guessing that one's just not powering on. That one I could probably fix. But the rest of them have like optical issues or whatever. I'm not going to screw with those. We're just going to sell those as defective because I don't have time. What do we got here? Another box full of cables. Now, these are mine. So I'm going to pull out some stuff that maybe I don't need and add them to, the business. But that's my personal stuff in that one. That's mine too. So I got to go through those. Then down here, I got this box full of free empty DVD cases. That's really useful for, when you get loose discs, I can just print out a label. They just look a lot nicer inside of a case, even if it's a reprinted label. I still sell them as disc only, but, it's just a little bit nicer. We got two PS3s just sitting there on the floor. Got those on Saturday. Then this giant box full of accessories. And this is actually more accessories and stuff that I ordered, or parts for accessories. All of that needs to be processed and cleaned. Accessories take a very long time to clean. So, I got to get that off of there, right? And I don't know if you can see, there's usually gunk in there. You got to get all this gunk out. Might have to replace sticks. Look at that. There's gunk everywhere. So when I sell something, it is pristine. It looks as close to new as is possible. So I spend a lot of time cleaning everything to make sure it's in good shape. And honestly, if it's just going to take too long, I just kind of toss it, or I'll go ahead and sell it for super cheap. Now this box over here, this is a box of trades. I tried taking this to a convention type thing that they had a couple weeks ago. I was like, these are cheaper games. I was just trying to dump the whole thing and consolidate it into, more valuable games. So basically trade the whole box for a $200 game or something. They weren't biting. They only wanted the good stuff that I sprinkled in as kind of a thank you. I'm like, no, I'm not giving you the good stuff. You take the junk and then you can have the good stuff. And then give me better stuff. So that didn't work out. So that all needs to get processed again. I didn't process any of it because I'm like, I'll just trade it. It'll be fine. And then we got these two Rock Band drum sets. Actually, I have the complete set for that one. So this I got at Goodwill for $25. If you check it out with the cymbals are the rare part of this. This is a Wii drum set, I believe. I actually think you might be able to use them on anything. Doesn't have the dongle. I believe this one is wireless and has a dongle available. But anyways, just the drum set like this, if you go check eBay, they're $180 with $120 shipping. So these are $300-ish, $250, $300. I have them posted locally because I don't want to ship them for $150. So that'll probably sell at $150 pretty easy. And then I have the original Rock Band. This one's all wired and tested. We got the foot pedal and all of that. That guy I got with a bundle with quite a few of those games, an N64 system, two N64 controllers, 4 or 5 decent N64 games, and what else was in there? I don't know, but it was $180. I had to drive 2 hours to get it, but that was a darn good deal. I have that listed, the Rock Band set alone, for $250. and the N64 is actually over here. So this is new. So I put in some shelving because we needed space. And then what I'm doing is once the consoles are done and complete, they're, bundled, they're pictured, everything's done, I'm just throwing them in boxes, I'm sealing them up, and when people buy them, I just hand them a box and everything's in there. So they're all packed up nice and good. Now, like some of them aren't closed up yet because I'm not sure what we're going to do. So this right here is the last Xbox 360 ever made. It's the Call of Duty Blue Bundle, the Xbox 360E. This is supposedly extremely valuable. I mean, I only got it for 30 bucks, so it's not the end of the world. But this is not selling. My guess is, here, get you some light. These thumbsticks are a bit rough, right? Like, that's pretty obvious. I did get some replacements, but they're not like, the same. They're different. They're aluminum, so they're actually a lot nicer. But what I don't want to do, is break the seal here. There's a screw behind this serial sticker here. And if you break that, I don't know if it'll lose value or not. So that's why I haven't done it. But it hasn't sold, so my guess is I'm going to fix this up. I do have a battery cover, or replacement battery cover for it as well now. I ordered that at the same time. And then I think I'm going to charge a lot more money for it in very nice condition. So I have it up on eBay for 160 bucks. And nobody's biting. But these things are supposed to be like $300-ish. Like I said, I only paid 30, so whatever. We're going to be in the money no matter what on that one. Let's see here. Like, this is a PlayStation 2 Slim. These are both Genesis's, Genesi. This one right here, I'm not sure what to do with. So I ended up getting a storage locker sort of bundle. And it had this guy in there. So if you know, this is basically the only special part about the Wind Waker Wii U console, is the fact that you have the Zelda tablet. So I'm thinking about getting a box. There's one on eBay. The dude wants $100 for it, for the Wind Waker box, but he doesn't have the manuals. And then I had just a loose Wii U, so that's an easy pair right there. And then poof, I can have the Wind Waker bundle. I'm still debating on whether just to sell it like this or to go ahead and buy the box. I think I would do the box if it had the manuals, because then it would be complete. Incomplete, I just don't think it's that big of a deal. And then I just threw some of the stuff, my stuff up here. Like, this is my PlayStation box. I was debating on making a complete system because I got PlayStation manuals and stuff out of one of the collections I bought. Here's the drum stuff. Still had the box for some of the Rock Band stuff, so yeah, I'm definitely going to want a premium for that. This is a Nintendo DS XL Blue, mint condition. The people I got this from, this was an amazing deal. I just picked that up the other day. $200 plus a lot of the DS games you're going to see here in a sec. Still got that Game Boy box. I just listed that the other day. I'm like, yeah, I'll get rid of it. I'm not going to complete it. These are just two controllers that I had laying around. I usually buy them on Black Friday when they're cheap, because every couple of years I need them. But if somebody wants to buy them, that's fine. Still have the Wii U, the Mario Luigi U version. It's missing the cardboard inside, which I don't like. But other than that, I don't know. Part of me just does not want to sell anything Wii U, because they're going to become extremely valuable in the next couple of years. So it's almost like I can sell it for $200 now, or is it worth just kind of sitting on it for a couple of years and probably getting closer to $400 for it? It's hard to say. And then we got my really, really rough Nintendo 64 box back there, and then the custom cases. So that's what we got there. I got extra boxes, packing materials, and stuff up top there. This is also new. For organization, this is where accessories are going. So I was going to get a Chester drawer, but we were at Walmart, and these things were really, really cheap. So I'm like, all right, I'll just do that. It's probably not enough storage. I probably need another shelving system and then just buy some Rubbermaid tubs. And then put these, I'm thinking I'm going to actually put those underneath the desk over here, which, as you guys can see, we got a lot of stuff going on here right now. But I'm thinking I could squeeze those under there, and then I can keep my cleaning accessories. I ended up getting a JFJ Easy Pro. So these guys right here are like the cheapest. Well, not the cheapest, but it's the cheapest decent resurfacing machine you can get. So there's really only 4 options if you're going to buy your own resurfacer. You have this one, which is about $200. I'll actually put a link down below because I would recommend this to pretty much anybody who's not a store. If you're not doing 50 grand a month or more, I would probably just go with this one because it works very well. But these are 200. The next step up is the ELM. I forgot what it is. It's like easy something. I don't know. It's like 2 grand though. It's kind of similar to this. It's a little less maintenance. This is more maintenance, but it's way cheaper. So honestly, the next step up from this, in my opinion, would be the ELM AutoSmart. That one is $7,000. So basically go from this to that. That's why I'm saying if you're doing 50 grand a month or more in sales, okay, yeah, that starts making some sense. Any less than $50,000 a month, this is going to make more sense because here we go. Let me show you. These ones are actually cleaned. So these ones have already been buffed. Now I'm doing the polishing, which I don't clean them off right away. So they still need to be cleaned with alcohol. See, so this one does require a good bit of work, but once again, it's only $200, and there's apparently other pads and stuff you can get. But yeah, I just want to let you guys know, if you use this and you watch some videos online, you definitely need water. I've had no issues. Use water, lots of water. That'll keep the temps down. When the back plate gets warm, just stop using it for 5 to 10 minutes. Let it cool down a little bit. A lot of people have issues with these because they probably just run them too hard and they don't use the water. So, but if you do, you can get really nice results like this. This is a PlayStation 1 game. This is Resident Evil 2. This was scratched all to hell. Now it's in great shape. And that's kind of the case for most of these guys. They look really good, especially after you buff them. Once you buff them out, they look good. A lot of people, they say they don't buff them. They just use the white pad and just use the white solution. You're going to have swirls. Let me see. That's the condition that these guys are in. Let me see if the camera can pick it up. If you can see those swirls on there. Now this one still has a little bit of a scratch, but you know, it's Crazy Taxi 3. It's not that big of a deal. But you see that swirling pattern right there that's on there? That's, yeah, it'll get the scratches out, but then you have that, and I don't like that. So definitely buff them out, and then you get the nice mirror finish. And yeah, this does an amazing job. And yeah, I figure for super valuable games, GameCube games, I can just go and pay the $3 at you know, a local shop. They have the AutoSmart. I'll pay them the $3 on those because those are very valuable games. For pretty much anything $50 or less, this thing's perfectly fine. All right, so moving on over. Not much has changed here. Still got the TV. Got a mess of cables and cords. This all needs to be organized. Which you might be going, why isn't that organized? I don't know if you guys noticed, but we got a lot of processing that needs to be done. And until all of that's done, you know, this kind of takes second fiddle. All right, so anywho, and then there's my workstation right there. That's also kind of a mess, but it's not terrible. We come on up here. We can see some of the games and stuff. If you guys are members and if you're interested in any of these things, just give me a shout. I know some of you guys are like, hey, what's your inventory like? Well, I'm selling $200 to $400 in inventory a day. So if I have something today, it may not be here tomorrow. So it's really hard to keep up. But this is where we're at time of filming. So these are all sealed. These are brand new. I did a video on a lot of those. A bunch of them I got at like pawn shops. Some of them I just had. I had some Xbox games that I just never opened. So I was like, yeah, we'll just stick those over there. PlayStation 2, I'm very happy with this. So this is a perfect example of what I was talking about before. So this guy right here, this is just, I went to coverproject.com. This is going to be sold as disc only, but like this looks a lot nicer. So just take one of them DVD cases, print the thing out, and poof, here's a real one. That's a legitimate one. You can tell the coloring and stuff is more faded because, you know, cheap printer, and I'm not using the photo mode because it's just to make it look more presentable. It doesn't have to be perfect. And then you got the real one right here, but this one has some wear. But anyways, that one's CIB. Good old Ninja Turtles. Let's see. Champions of Norath. I got that from the pawn shop not too long ago. Forgot what it was. You wanted like $5 or $6. I got an amazing deal where I got like $400 worth of games for $105. They just went nuts. Digimon I got there too. This is like mint condition. Rogue Galaxy I got mint condition. See, this is another reprint for San Andreas. I had it disc only. Let's see what else we got in here. A lot of these guys you've seen before. I would say most of the halfway decent ones came from that big collection that I bought. I haven't been pushing the cheaper stuff quite as hard as I have the higher end stuff. So we got all those guys, and then Skyrim, the limited edition. It's the one that came with the statue for PlayStation 3. I just don't have the statue or the big box. It's got the bonus disc and everything in there. And just some PlayStation 3 games. So what I'm starting to do is keep some cheaper games on hand. And I'm using these as bundlers. So with consoles, I don't want to sell a console under $100. So how do you get like a $60 or an $80 console over $100 other than just asking for it and not getting it? Well, you throw some games in there. You throw in some Batmans, you throw in Skyrim, you throw in Red Dead, whatever. People like that stuff. If they don't have the console already, there's probably games that they're looking to revisit, Ratchet and Clank and stuff like that. BioShock even Assassin's Creed. Just bundle it up, throw some games in it, extra controller or whatever, and then just charge $100 or more, depending on what you're throwing in. We got some Wii stuff. We got a lot of them down there getting resurfaced right now. But we got some Wii stuff over here. These are either finished with their resurfacing or just didn't need it. Same thing with the Xbox 360 stuff. So Metal Gear Rising. I got this for $3, $2 or $3 from one of the pawn shops. And this is the Walmart limited edition. It's in mint condition. I didn't have to touch it. No resurfacing. It has both discs, the bonus soundtrack and everything, which is awesome. I think I got Bayonetta then as well. It was like $2, I think. And moving on over. This is not what it appears to be. This just happens to be the box that the guy gave me the game in. It's actually Mortal Kombat Armageddon. It's disc only. And then we got Silent Scope's actually surprisingly uncommon. So I got that. That one's actually up on eBay. Somebody is eyeballing that one. But that one kind of surprised me. Let me move some of this junk out of the way. We're getting to the good stuff, I promise. The PS4 and Xbox One section. Honestly, these don't sell. So I picked up Super Lucky's Tale actually for me. I just threw it up there. I need a better case for it. So I'll probably just strip out one of these guys. But yeah, this is not what's selling. So I'm going to stop buying this PS4 and PS3 stuff. Maybe some PS4 like exclusive type things. Like Last of Us, I think is a good idea to have some of. Second Son, for example. But even if I can get a good deal on them, I think I'm just going to pass. It's just not worth it to me, I don't think. Then we got PlayStation 1. I don't think there's anything really new here. There's actually quite a lot in the box over there, and I am working on a few over here. Oh, there we go. Pac-Man World. This is part of that $105 deal that I got at the pawn shop. I got a lot of PlayStation 1, 2, 1 and 2 games from that one. Now here's the big one. This came with the DS that I got the other day. So we got Pokemon Black version 2. This is complete. It is in mint condition. It looks like nobody has ever touched that one. It is fantastic, and I am charging a lot of money for that because if you're going to grade a CIB game, this is definitely a gradable candidate. And then we have Pokemon Black. This is also in great shape, except for the manual. The manual's a little bit rough, so I'm selling that at like normal price. And then Pokemon Soul Silver, kind of the same thing. This one's missing the manual, but it is in mint condition. So I would say this is also gradable, CIB gradable if you have a mint condition manual. Then we have some other just solid games, New Super Mario Bros., Lego Batman, and SmackDown vs. Raw. And I got all of that plus the DSi for $200. So that was really good. Part of the Rock Band deal, these guys were in there. X-Men 2 and Vector Man 2, fantastic games. So those were in there. Those still need to be processed. I just threw them up there for now, though. And then I got a really beat up NCW NWO Revenge our good friend Professor VR actually wanted that one, and he wanted this one and this one, so he had all three, so I got all of them. And I was like, all right, I'll just take them all, whatever. But I ended up getting him a good copy. And then he also wanted Sonic 3 and a Sonic 1, which he's getting all of those. Those will be shipped out tomorrow. I'm surprised he doesn't want this one. That one's not complete in box. I am missing the manual, but it is with the box. And then I ended up picking up a couple of repros. This was from another reseller. He's like, hey, you do repros. I'm like, people that just want to play the game will buy them. So we got a Donkey Kong 64 and a Mario Party 3. I got those for $10 each. That's cheaper than you could buy them on eBay for. And then kind of the same NES games. And then all of these consoles, including the ones down there, those are my testing systems I use to test stuff. And then we have supplies. I'm thinking I'm going to put a little shelf up here for some of the supplies for this. And then I think I'm going to move a lot of this stuff into those bins and then shove them under the desk. That's the thought process on that. So that'll free that up. And then I have some more shelving, which I think I might put above my wife's desk over here. So this way, just more shelving. Because that's really what I need, is I need more room for more stuff. Because you can see those consoles right there take up a lot of room. What do we have? We have this guy right here. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then I just sold a PlayStation 3 today, so that freed up a little bit of room. But once I get all these processed, there's not going to be enough room over there. So it takes up a lot of space. All right, and to round it out with what we got going on, I got this big stack. These are a bunch of cheapo, unprocessed Wii games. So these guys are, your basic Wii shovelware type stuff. These guys, what I'm doing is I'm just going to throw them up, or I have thrown them up, $30 for all of them. I'm not going to test them. I'm not going to, it just kind of is what it is. Just sell them super cheap and get them gone. I wanted to see if that would work. There's nothing really good in here, though. And I'm starting to think I have to sprinkle like one really good game. Arcade Zone, maybe, but, that's just disc only. I think I need to sprinkle like one good game in here, like a Mario Kart or something. Raise the price, of course, to cover the Mario Kart. Just to flush these out. A lot of eyeballs on it, but nobody's pulled the trigger. Xbox One, this is actually mine, but I'm going to sell it. It's right there. And that's CIB. I even have like the HDMI cables completely sealed, even with the headset and everything. So I figured I'll sell that guy. And then here, I'll show you the stack. These are the games that are being resurfaced right now. So I showed you these two guys. Those are some loosey-gooseys that we had. So we got Splinter Cell Blacklist, Rainbow Six Vegas, Bugon Brawlers. The Black Ops 2 on that dual pack, that was pretty rough. Black Ops 1's in good shape. Fable, just kind of going down. Halo games, you need those. Those are bundlers. Do not even waste your time selling an Xbox 360 without Halo 3. If anybody's looking to buy an Xbox 360, they're probably going to want Gears of War, Halo, or Fable. So those are games, common games you should be picking up. Same thing with the original Halos. If you're going to sell an original Xbox, make sure you got Halo and a Halo 2 with it, because most likely if they're going to buy that console, they're going to want those games. Then, of course, we got good old Super Mario Bros. Wii, which is fantastic bundling with a Wii, considering Wiis are not all that valuable, but some of the games are, such as that, and Wii Sports. So make sure you get as many of those in on hand as you possibly can. But, yeah, so that's just what's in here. So I got a whole box full of Wii stuff in the garage on top of this. And I'm sure there's a couple little loose things that I skipped over in and around here. But yeah, that's kind of what we've been doing. I've been pretty busy. Lots of games. This also doesn't include everything that is in the booth. And just to put this in perspective, my personal investment, so how much money I put into this myself to get this going, it's probably between $2,000 and $3,000. It's a little hard to tell because there were some trades in there. But I did factor that in. And the rest of this is just flipping it on itself. I have no idea what the inventory is worth. It comes in and goes out way too fast. For example, like I said, the PlayStation 3 just sold. I think I listed that one yesterday. These guys aren't even up yet, so time to put one of those up. The Xbox 360s, I did have one offer, but it was a lowball offer. Those don't really do very well. It's a real shame. I personally like Xbox, but that would be the other thing that I would recommend is kind of stay away from Xbox stuff outside of like limited edition ones. So, for example, like this guy right here is probably one of the most valuable Xbox 360s there is, and that's not selling at like half price. Just to put that in perspective. So now, like this Wii U, this Zelda Wii U thing, basically it's just a Zelda tablet. That thing will sell no problem. And Nintendo Wiis, don't sit on those. Those things are great. You bundle them up. People will pay $100 for a Wii with a Mario game, 2 controllers, 2 nunchucks, and maybe a couple of shovelware games. All day long. Wiis are going no problem. That's something that I would definitely recommend picking up. Soon it'll be the Wii U sort of stuff. PlayStation 3s are doing really well. Nobody cares about PS4. Xbox One, I had one guy asking. I do have one, but he wanted it like for $50 or something. I was like, no, this is complete with things sealed. I'm like, no, I'm not letting it go for less than 120. Just is what it is. I'll just probably sit on it until somebody wants it. But yeah, so stick with your Nintendo stuff. Nintendo stuff does extremely well. Pokemon, Dreamcast hasn't come up at all either. Sega Saturn came up once, but that dude's really serious. So what I would really recommend, or what I'm trying to stick to, PlayStation 2, PlayStation 1 games, no consoles. I have like 5 of them. Nobody's interested, and I'll have to sell like a Final Fantasy 7 and 8 and something else to get it to that $100 mark. Now, luckily, I have tons of Final Fantasy 8s, and I got a couple of Final Fantasy 7s, so that's not a big deal. But PlayStation 1's not really a big thing. The games, people want the games. They would just rather play them on a PlayStation 2. Anything Nintendo has value. Super Nintendos I can't even find. So good luck with Super Nintendo. Maybe it's better in your area. N64s do very well. GameCube's very, very well. I've marked them up so high now they're not selling, so I'm going to have to start pulling back a little bit. But they were selling just like so fast. I'm like, I have to raise prices. And NESs, they sit for a little while, but they do go, and they go for reasonable money. So with Mario Duck Hunt, a Mario 3, 1 controller, $100. And that'll happen. PlayStation 3s go really, really fast. Original Xboxes, I haven't even tried yet, to be perfectly honest. I'm a little hesitant to even bother trying to sell those. I do have a couple over here, but they just keep getting pushed back for other stuff. But that's pretty much what I'm focusing on right now. I know some people really like handhelds. That was never really my thing. Happened to walk into this DS deal. So I was like, for Pokemon, yeah, we'll do that. Because Pokemon brings out the crazies. But anyways, guys, that's kind of a quick update. That's where we're at. This is business is doing extremely well. Not really sure how many videos I'm going to be able to do for the channel moving forward. Like I said, I'm trying to scale this up to $1,000 in sales per day, and that was a goal I set for by the end of the year, but I'm probably going to need to move that up to somewhere in like June. So I'm going to need to basically triple or quadruple my current output in like 2 or 3 months. Just due to life situations on that one. If you're in the Discord and you want to chat about that, we can. Is it possible? Yes. The amount of work that it needs to take, quite substantial. This was a big deal. This is going to help out a lot. Instead of paying $3 to resurface, just kind of your creme de la creme, now all of my games are going to look really, really nice. And like I said, this is the cheapest way to do it. So once again, I'll put a link to this down below. I bought mine off Amazon. It does the job. If you want tips on how to do it, if you're a member, I'll let you know in the Discord. But really, it's just make sure this is wet with water. Make sure you spray that with water before you use it. And yeah, then you're good to go. I think I have to do the Techonomics podcast right now. I think I'm running behind. So I'm going to let you guys go over there. All right. Catch you guys in the next video.